Hey guys, it's Ryan Thomas with Feltech here, and we're going to be talking about Nightsight, which is a feature that's been introduced with the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, and something that's coming into updates very, very soon, official updates for the older Pixel devices, not only the Pixel 2, but also the original Pixel. So what we decided to do is sideload the APK, and we realized a lot of people have done and covered this a little bit earlier, but it's got kind of a newer revision, and we're going to go out and do some in real life testing. We're going to take you with us, not just going to show you the results, but show you the process, and basically we're going to see how well this performs outside in conditions that I would call completely unusable for pretty much any camera, including the fairly expensive one that we're using to film this video. Callum found this on the Google Apps Discover page just as a news article. Then I searched for the APK just to find one from APK Mirror because that's my trusted source. I like to go there. I downloaded it onto the phone and it replaced the standard camera app on the phone. Kind of looks exactly like the standard camera app, but this time has that Nightsight feature. So I'm going to pass you over to us. We're going to do our tests, and then afterwards we're going to review them together. Callum and I sat at the desk. Okay, so we're already inside, so we're only inside right now, and we've got this test. So what we have here is a box, and inside we've actually got a hot water bottle, and which is red, so if my cameraman would come in here, and we've also got a Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go on the Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance Pokemon Go Pokemon game. So what we're going to do is seal up the box, and then put pillows on top, just to try not to let any of this light in. And then we've got the Nightsight mode on the camera, and we kind of aim it in the box.
There's a little hole on the side of the box we can try.
Yeah, there's a little hole on the end, you can see there. I'm just going to try and hold it as still as I can. Take the photo, and we have a look. The game has fallen over, it seems. But you can see the detail on the hot water bottle, even though if the camera looks at it, it's basically pitch black.
That's basically the hole at the other end of the box, like this hole here. It's the same hole at the other end. That's all you can see in there. But with the photo, you can actually pick up individual details. I nearly fell over.
Back to you, Paul. All right, so now we're outside the houses, and I've got Nightsight here, and I'm going to try and take a photo of Callum, who's the cameraman, and I'm just going to hold it as still as I can. And what I'm also going to do is swap to the normal camera to give you a decent comparison, and we'll discuss those back in the house. Okay, so the camera is now on 20 or 3200 ISO, and because it's such a small sensor camera, you're basically not going to be able to see me, so we thought this would be a good test. I'm going to take another photo of Callum. There's a little bit of brightness in the background. It's really taking its time on this one because there's basically no data, and I'm taking it with standard. Let's move on to some more tests. Alright, so now we're kind of in an odd scenario because there's a street lamp behind me, there's the light from inside the house, but then there's also this tree, and there's pretty much no lighting on this side, so it kind of dampens it. So I'm going to do the same again. Camera's really trying hard on this one. Okay, and then go back to the normal one and take the photo. Alright, so now we're outside the shed, the famous Harry's shed. And I'm actually going to try and take a photo of the sign itself, get some of the text, and see if it will recover in the software. So this one's not trying so hard. And back to the normal one. There's basically no data. Okay, right, now we're going to venture inside the shed, which is a little bit of a tricky situation. But we're going to try and get a photo of Callum.
So you can now barely see Ryan at all, as you can.
Going to try Nightsight. I've just done the normal one first. Going to take another photo. There's pretty much no information here.
Do you want to swap sides as well?
Sure. So facing this way?
Yeah. I've still recorded, but
yeah.
Oh, this is such a screw.
Okay, the camera's to your right, so 10 o'clock, yeah. Right, and then we're going to do it from the other way.
You see the silhouette of Ryan now.
There's a Nightsight, and there is the normal. Let's go somewhere else.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're in the wilderness with my cats. Don't want to get eaten by Stacy. We're going to go over here, and we're going to take one directly under a street light. This time we're going to try the selfie mode, because it does have a selfie mode. So, Nightsight, and take the selfie. I find this one a little bit harder to do when you're holding the camera steady because you kind of got to keep a straight face, and then the selfie doesn't look quite as good. Under the tree maybe?
Yeah.
And now under the tree, where this is kind of the light is coming through the tree, but it's still very damp, like dampened light here. I'm going to take this night shot first and then switch over to the normal one. Should we do one more?
Yeah, against the wall because there's loads of grain and detail.
That wall?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go against the wall because it's more grainy and there should be more detail. Or like tripping on the cable. Okay, so now we're at a pretty difficult angle because of course there is detail in the background, but it could also be seen as haze. So I'm going to take the normal camera shot first, and then I'm going to switch over to the night shot, or night sight rather. Almost dropped my phone then, and take the shot. Right, you've seen some of these in previews. We're going to go back to the studio, aka my bedroom, and see how they look. This is a bonus shot of my cat. Cheers, Stacey. So we're back now, and we're in the house, and we're going to be looking through what you can see on the screen, but also what we are just like looking at via test windows. So the first shot is actually outside, just outside the first shot that we took, and I think this is probably one of the most noticeable ones just from looking at the thumbnails, because especially if you look up where the tree line is, there's definitely more detail in the individual branches and leaves on the night sight than there is on the standard. And also you can see the water butt, which is visible, whereas on the other one it's just like
you can see the silhouette, but barely even. It's only the corner of it that you can actually see in a silhouette, but the rest of it's completely pitch black. But on the other one you can basically see the whole thing. It's insane. And the piping, you wouldn't even know is a pipe on the right hand one. But yeah, the sky kind of just looks like it's still part of sunset, but it's actually midnight effectively. Well, it was midnight. There's a lot more detail on the wall. My jumper's like lighter. So that's ridiculous.
This is probably the darkest image. This was on the 3200, like this when you first turned up the ISO, and the difference is just night and day, like pretty much obviously with the night sight. You can see so much more in the house behind. You can also see where the bin is, or this isn't actually a bin, it's an
so you're pointing out the background, but you can't even see my face on the right hand one.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
But on that one you can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's true.
Ridiculous. I look literally like a pitch black, like I'm wearing like a morph suit or something on that one. But yeah, and the sky again, like you said on the last one, the grain details on the wall.
Yeah,
the
and
pipe.
the leaves down here.
Yeah, yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it? You can pick out individual leaves.
That's impressive.
It is really impressive, especially from a software patch. It's not even like a hardware update in any way from last year. Same again.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. The fact that you're able to see that much more in the left one, it kind of looks like daylight. Like even there's
it looks like blue sky, doesn't it? Really.
Whereas you can see on the right, it was pretty much pitch black. There's so much contrast in this one. That's why I thought it was a really good test, because on the right there is that much contrast, but on the left it just looks fairly balanced, like the standard pixel photos. You can see the whole part of the wood versus just a little bit here. You can see like reflections a lot more in this one than you can in this one.
Yeah, you can literally see inside the house and through the window.
Yeah.
Look, you can see the window through the window.
Yeah.
Here.
You can see the other one.
And then you can just about see details in the reflection of that.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's crazy.
That's incredible. That's probably one
and
of the
all
best
the leaves
ones.
as well. Look here.
True. I think this one's really interesting because of you can actually see the change in dynamic range in terms of the sky isn't quite as drastic as you'd expect, but it's actually the shadows that are lifted that's the more important bit. And even though it's a bit shaky on the left, the fact that you can make out like the grain and where the difference in paint is, whereas on the right you really have to zoom in to even see that it says Harry. I just think that difference.
The thing is, it's so crisp still. Like it's not in quite a lot of low light shots. It'll kind of almost water paint it, but it doesn't even look like that. I think the worst bit is I think your hand was a bit shaky because obviously it's so slow to take it. It's like having a low shutter speed in it.
This one's a little bit harder because it's basically pitch black. This was I think it was just in the shed. Yeah. So the one on the right is like there's literally nothing. The one on the left, I think it's really not that bad. Like the fact you can see the reflection of the screen on your eye, and then you can see like the reflection on your jumper. You can actually see there's a human there, whereas on this one it just looks like a mess.
Yeah, boy, it's just like a couple of bits of light where the windows are open.
Same
and
on
again,
this
the
one.
same, yeah. It's the same amount of light. Like, you can see the orange in the other one.
This one's really impressive for me because it's a selfie. Like it was taken
from
on
selfie
a
camera.
tiny sensor with f2.4, I think it was f2.2.
I think it's 2.4.
And like, yeah, there's that much more detail. You can see, I'm holding the mic here on this one. You can't see
even
a thing.
see that. No, you
can
can't see your
even
eyes
the
at all.
shadows. Yeah, I look like a demon on this one.
Yeah, you do a bit. You can
so
see
yeah.
little hairs, like your hair is kind of more detailed and stuff.
That's true. I didn't even see that.
And the leaves in the background, up here, they're just kind of.
Yeah, it's just, you
It's
can
just
see
a lot
individual
more,
ones a
yeah.
little bit, but then this one you can see basically the whole tree. Yep, that one's
Again, that might be because you're shaking again.
true.
So you said you were struggling to hold it for the selfies, didn't you?
The selfies were harder ones.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
This is a big one for the selfie
Yeah.
because there's so much contrast in this with the light coming through the tree, and then you see like you can see my zip here.
Yeah. It looks like on that one your eyes have been removed.
Yeah, it looks like I'm literally a demon. And then this one almost looks like a double exposure, whereas this one actually looks like
again, like in the background of that one, it's pitch black. There's absolutely nothing, and then this one you can see the leaves in the side of the shed and everything.
And this was one of the final ones, which I actually think I prefer this one. Like obviously it's still got a lot of darkness and it's grainy compared to this, but I think it just looks a bit sharper.
But then again, the super dry logo.
Yeah,
that's something you would expect to see on
and
both.
in the what are they called? Drawstrings.
Yeah.
Like this one's basically clean. This one looks like it's been through mud.
Yeah.
There's that much of a difference.
It's really cool.
And then the final one, which is Stacey, which she was moving in this, but you probably couldn't tell.
You can't.
Like it actually just looks legit. That's really cool.
No, it does look. That looks like sunset.
Yeah.
Or like a street light or something. It doesn't look quite daytime, but it's kind of. If someone showed me that picture, I'd say, well, yeah, that's obviously like with a lot of light coming from that side, like a car light or something.
Yeah, I think the best bit is you saw like she moved like halfway through it or something, and it's
that's
just
in the clip as well, so you can see that she actually like ran.
Right, that's pretty much it. Like we'll go to a conclusion, but these were the tests. I think we're both just really impressed with, especially how the selfies and how it handles contrast.
I think it's most impressive because all we had to do is click a button on a website. And it's just all there, just from that. It's not even a new. It's a year-old phone. You can even get it on the 2-year-old phone. Wow. It is 2 years old.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do a conclusion and finish the video off. Okay, so that was basically it. We showed you how to install the APK. We showed you the results and actually the process of taking the photos and our thoughts on the photos taken. We're going to leave links to the actual sample photos that we took in a Google Drive kind of thing in the video description. Also links to actually where you can download the APK itself, and it's very self-explanatory, although we did explain it at the beginning of the video. Nightsight is really interesting, and it's nice to see that Huawei, Samsung hopefully are going to bring it in, and we've even got it on Google phones, which are actually known to have not a lot of features, so it's really nice that Google's really enhancing the AI experience with this. And that's been it from us, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do like, dislike, comment and subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. Also check out social media and the other links, we'll leave them all in the video description as always. Check out social media because that really does help us out, and I want to thank our newest patrons. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much from Kono. My name's from Ryan Thomas for Failtech, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.